I wish I could come on here and say that I've come back from my break and it's been great and I've come back with renewed energy and I feel like I'm a better trader because of it, but I can't. I can't do that. I've had the worst trading day I've ever had in my life. I've gone through and I've blown every single account I've had. My funded account that I just got from Lucid, which is new, I blew that in one day because I had a good trade that was zero point 0.3 ticks away from hitting a really nice profit target and it didn't hit it. I wasn't even looking at the trade because I was sleeping because I just set it. The market was choppy at night and I woke up and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that it was zero point 0.3 away from hitting it and it didn't, and I just lost it. I lost it. And I went on to blow every single account that I had. So this is my Lucid Funded that I blew. I had two evals. I was copy trading with them. I blew these ones. I had my funded futures funded account that I haven't really spoken about on this channel. I blew that one. I had evals, you know, eval that I just bought today. I hit daily loss limit on that one. I have a top step eval that I have hit daily loss limit on that one. I just absolutely went berserk. And I know that we all have days like these. I know that for myself, it is one of those things that has not happened in a very long time. And I think the timing of this is actually very funny that I come off a nice break meditation retreat. I feel better, I'm ready to go, but then as soon as I come back, something like that just triggers me, something that I haven't had for months just comes back full throttle, and I just completely lost control. I'm just very, very disappointed. Um, I'm really disappointed actually. I've had some time to think about this before doing this video. It's still kind of early on, but I'm just very disappointed. And I know that again, we've all had days like these. I'm not the first person to have a day like this. I won't be the last person. But it is frustrating when it does happen. And I hate that I even have to make this video because I really don't want to make this video. I don't want to talk about it. I just wish that I could just like be like, all right, guys, like let's start anew. Nothing happened. The funded account, I don't know what happened to. Like, I wish I could be like that, but I can't. I've always spoken about how I want to be honest and transparent on this channel, how I want to show the journey, and how I want to show myself overcoming days like these. But when you're going through it, when it's happening to you, oh man, it is one of the worst feelings I've seen or I've felt. It is so hard. It is so difficult to go through days like these. And I know that I'm already gonna get comments saying, bro, like, you're a bad trader, bro, like, your strategy's not profitable, bro, blah, blah, blah. Like, I already know that's going to happen. And that's okay, it's fine. I'm just not going to respond. But the truth and the fact of the matter is, most people that are trading, they lose. Most people are getting rinsed every single day. And I'm trying to be the light that shows that it is actually possible to do this, that you can actually do this, that you can actually be profitable, you can get your first payout, you can get multiple payouts, you can get your first four-figure payout, you can get your first five-figure payout. I am trying to show that. But in the midst of all of that, it becomes extremely difficult when you have days like these to not only post it online, but to continue on this journey, to continue on fighting. Because it's like all of your progress that you had worked so hard to achieve is just gone in a day. It is absolutely horrible. It's so horrible. I had multiple trades today, all blown accounts. Multiple trades where it would hit my stop and then just go. And I honestly, I felt like God was playing with me. I was like, I cannot believe that this is happening. The trade that I had that on my funded account was an absolute winner, and I got stopped out. And I was so upset because it would have been a really nice win, over $1,000 win. I I can't believe that I was point 0.3 away from passing, or not passing, from hitting that target, and that happened. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it at all, and I just lost it. I just lost it. These things, they happen to every single one of us, but it does provide us an opportunity for us to grow. And without these difficulties, without this adversity that we have in our lives, it is not possible for us to become better. It is not possible for us to improve. It is not possible for us to get to where we want to go, get to what we want to achieve without adversity, without building up our strength, without improving ourselves. And we need these storms. We need this. We have to have it. Now, something self inflicted as this is very difficult, right? So there's no reason why I should be having a day like this, right? But again, like I said, it does happen. And I think that's something that we also have to understand, that it does happen. But it is what it is. I have to come to terms with that. I have to accept it. I have to understand that it's in the past now. And we go again. I read this awesome quote. In fact, I have a few awesome quotes to share because, after being depressed of blowing my accounts and just losing my shit, I read this quote on the meditation subreddit, funny enough, and they were talking about how they were meditating for years and then they stopped because life got in the way, but not even in a bad way. Like, life was good for them. And then all of a sudden, things started going poorly, and then they came back to meditating. And they said, going through storms is as necessary as enjoying sunny days. Without any of the four seasons, the planet would succumb to the worst catastrophe. Life will hit us and constantly put us in check. Sometimes in the midst of chaos, it is difficult to have a clear perspective. But with the passage of time, we will look back and understand that all that pain we went through was necessary to forge a wiser present, a better present. It is up to each one of us to find the glass half empty or the glass half full of water in every circumstance that life puts before us. And I thought that was well timed, unlike my stop losses and my entries today. It's a really good quote, and I thoroughly enjoyed reading that because I know that I've been here before. I've this is honestly, this is rock bottom. I don't think I've ever had as bad of a day as I had today, and it literally happened just like within hours. I've never had such a poor day. I've never had such a terrible day where I'm just constantly losing money, constantly. It's like in July, I just felt like I literally couldn't just end up on the right side of a trade. I couldn't do it. I had 3 winning trades all of July. That's abysmal. But I traded well. I had good trades. They just weren't working out. It's impossible for a strategy to be profitable in every certain market. Of course, the 2 weeks that I decide to take off, gold decides to blow up. So I missed many great moves in the 2 weeks that I've been off. I come back, and of course, when I come back, I have the worst choppy experience of my life. I've never seen so much chop, but I still had a good trade. And all I had to do was go zero point 0.3 ticks up. Just zero point 0.3, not even. It was zero point 0.2 for my target, but zero point 0.3 to be sure that it fills. And it didn't hit it. It it literally just teased it and then came back down and it stopped me out. And I woke up and I saw that and I just couldn't believe it. But I need a day like this. I need this. Because one, I need to get better. I need to get stronger. This is adversity. So I need adversity. But two, it's going to make for an awesome story later on down the road where I can literally point back to this video and say, hey, look at the worst day that I've ever had in my trading career. I pray to God I never have a day like this before or at all in the future. But look at this day and look how I've overcome that. Look how I got my first 10K payout. Look how I had my first so and so month. Look how I was able to do it. But I kid you not, right now it is so hard to see that happening. It is so hard to get up and try this again and come back to trading and try it again. I just wish I had all the money in the world so I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to get good at this. But I don't. And I know that this is the best way possible for me and my family to be financially free, for me to feel like I don't need to, you know, put myself up for the modern day 9 to 5 every single day. This is the only way. But when you go through days like these, it's really hard to see, but it's possible. And I'm going to show that it's possible. I really don't care who I'm doing it for. I'm not really doing it for anyone but for myself. But I'm so happy and honored and privileged that people even want to watch and be inspired or get something out of this, that I feel like I just have to continuously keep recording and continuously keep sharing because I just know that it's important. It's important to me, but I know that there are other people out there who don't comment, who are just watching, that feel like they gain something from this. I hope so anyway. So I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to give up. Absolutely not. I won't quit trading. I've had a pretty shit stretch. It's been pretty terrible, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. It's just been so tough. The other great quote that I had was from Viktor Frankl. If you guys don't know Viktor Frankl, he wrote I forgot what the name of the book was. The book is I literally forgot the book, but basically he's a Holocaust survivor and he wrote this book and it's such a great book. I forgot the name of it, but there's a quote that came up in my Stoic calendar and it says, between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. And our response lies our growth and our freedom. And I've always used this in my life ever since I read it. And it's a fundamental part of Stoicism too. Viktor Frankl was not a Stoic, but he had a lot of Stoic, I guess you could say, tendencies or behavior or even quotes just like that too, you know? And of course, like when you go through something like that, how horrible it was, it's something that for him to have that type of mentality and mindset is elite. It absolutely is. But my response today was poor. It was terrible. I think it's the worst it's been in a very long time. It felt very similar to when I was doing the combine trials and I was trying to pass, trying to pass, trying to pass. I couldn't pass those lucid accounts and I just completely just failed and it was horrible. But since then, I've grown so much that my response has been good. I take a loss, I accept it. I take a loss, I accept it. July absolutely showed that. I took loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. They were all good losses, standard losses. I grew a lot. But I think because of the fact that this these past 2 weeks, I've been on a break. It's been good, blah, blah, blah. But literally, the first day of my break, my car breaks down. Of course. I swear the timing has been absolutely immense. So I have to pay $2,000 to fix up my car. The meditation retreat and the break was to get away from the money, but yet here I am now paying $2,000 for my car. My response was good. We also had to put one of our dogs to sleep. Again, this is the second time in 3 months. Of course, we know that they're getting older, right? So that's part of life. I get it. But that's also been a difficult time these last 2 weeks. And then my fiance has been struggling at work too in terms of like, what she does, and this week being extremely crazy for her. Last week was anyway. And obviously work for me has been crazy too. So it's like I had these 2 weeks to be able to be like, I'm not thinking about the money, but then I had no choice but to think about the money and to think about life and to think about how I can put my family in a position where my fiance doesn't have to go to work anymore. I don't have to go to work anymore. I can easily pay for things like my car, I can have more time to console my fiance about our dog passing away. All of these things came up in these 2 weeks. And honestly, I think that has contributed to today. Now, obviously, it is not any of those events' fault to put me in this position where I blow an account just because I didn't hit, my profit target. But they do contribute, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you saying that it had no effect on me. It absolutely did. Those are tough life events that you have to go through to scrounge up some money to pay for your car, to deal with a passing of a dog who's part of family. It's very difficult. So that's why it's like I didn't lead off this video with that because I don't want to make excuses. But for anyone who's still listening, these life events do play a factor in your trading. And I thought I was okay. I thought I was okay to come back and start trading again. I thought I was fine. I thought I could be good. And I still think I'm okay, but I just think that today, just all of the combination of things over the last 2 weeks, and then not even the last 2 weeks, but literally the last month and a half of losing, only having three winning trades, and then all of a sudden coming back after a 2 week break where you have these things happen within those 2 weeks. Like I wanted to come back and I just wanted to do it. I had this conversation with my fiance talking about moving. If you guys don't know, we live in Florida and we don't. She doesn't like it here. I'm okay with Florida, but I would also like to move as well. Just a lot of stuff going on in this state that we just like to go somewhere else where we can actually experience the four seasons, like I just spoke about. Maybe that's why Florida is a catastrophe because it's literally only one season and it's hell. It's so hot here. But I told her that in order for us to move, we need to have more money. And I told her that one of the ways that we can have more money is through trading, through my trading. And if I can trade well and I can go through the rest of the year and trade well, start stacking five funded accounts, multiple payouts. My average payout usually averages like $1,200 or so. Then it's like, okay, cool. Now you're getting like $5,000 each payout at least. Like that's good. You do that four times over, that's 20K. You do that again, five, six more times. Now you're starting to earn more money. If the payouts start becoming $2,000 per account, that's $10,000. And you can see my mind starts racing and racing, thinking about all the money I can obtain, all the money that I can earn, all of it. And then it led to today because we literally had that conversation before I traded. We had that conversation a few hours before I traded. So Am I disappointed about losing these accounts? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I'm absolutely distraught. I'm depressed. No, I'm not depressed. I'm just upset. But does that mean that that's the end? This is the end of the journey? No, like we have to start over. Unfortunately, I am forced to start over. I have no funded accounts. It has been, I think it's been, I think it's been more than a year since I've had no funded accounts. I think it was back in June 2025. That was the last time I had no funded accounts. So I have to do it all over again. I don't have one single funded account, so I have to do it all over again. I have no opportunity to earn a payout. None. I have to earn these accounts again. And I don't even know when's the next time I'm going to pass because, of course, I decided to come back to the most chop ever. But again, that's life. That's life. I have to go through this. And I'm going to be documenting each step of the way, and I hate it. I honestly hate it because there's going to be a lot of losing. I showed a ton of losing in July, and there will continuously be more losing as I continue. But there will be a lot of wins. At some point, the wins will happen. The losing streak will stop. The rut will stop. And I will start winning again, and I will start making money again. But until then, I just have to keep going. I don't know if you guys can hear, I hope not, but my rabbit is absolutely chewing a storm. I don't know what he's doing back there. I have to go check on him today. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'm so sorry that I've come back and I have to describe my worst trading day ever. I can't even believe that it happened to me, but it did. And again, I already know the comments I'm gonna get, blah blah blah, but it's fine. I'm just gonna ignore them, you know. I appreciate every single person who's supported this channel, supported me. I appreciate all of you guys who want to join book club. I'll make sure to mention that in a comment below. I appreciate every single one of you guys that just continuously supports me. This is not easy, and I am sad that I have thrown away everything I worked hard for. I threw away money too. These accounts cost money. I usually don't spend on accounts, but these accounts cost money. But we will get it back. We'll get it back. I'm just really upset that this has occurred, but we'll get it back. We'll get it back. So tomorrow, hopefully, back to regularly scheduled programming. We're gonna take some good trades. I think this is the last thing I'll say is that I just want this to work so bad. I was watching Wall Street Sophia and she's talking about like obsession with trading, and I've said it before in a previous video, but I'll say it again here. I am not obsessed with trading. I used to be. I used to spend so much time on the charts, back testing, all of these things until I found what worked for me. So now I don't have hours to back test. I don't do any of those things. But I did say that I am obsessed with getting better, and I think that is why I feel so frustrated with a day like today is because it feels like a step back. It feels like I didn't do what I needed to do to improve myself. I am just, again, so obsessed with getting better that I feel like it should just come to me. It should just be happening. I had all of July where I didn't break a rule. I did everything I was supposed to do and I still lost. So now coming into this August 2 week break, I felt like it was just deserved. I deserve it. It had to happen for me. I need to make it happen for me. And that's not how it works. And I think that's the reason why I mean, I've given you multiple reasons why a day like today has happened. But that's why it happened. Part of it. And I need to get away from that mentality. My best trading, and July is my best trading, even though I only had 3 winning days. My best trading is when I'm not thinking about the money. My best trading is when I'm just focusing on my rules and having no expectations. That is my best trading. And if I can do that continuously, just like in July, even though July was not fruitful, it will bear fruit. It will come for me. It will happen. I will fall into being profitable. So let's make it happen. Hey guys, that's it for this video today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this long gap session. This is a raw thoughts video. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, and it is difficult for me, but we'll get through it. I'll get through it. You'll get through it. Um, and if you're going through a tough time, you're not alone. If you're doing great, keep it going. But like I always say, remember, losing and winning, it's temporary. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are trading well. And yeah, keep trading stoically.